Hey guys, how's it going? So today we're working on my Camaro here. We had a fun little project. I noticed I pulled it into the garage here yesterday and I noticed it was fucking leaking coolant down there. So basically the water pump is leaking from the seal again. The gaskets just go bad. So I got these new ones. I don't know if you can see that. So I got two of those. Got a bunch of coolant. I'm also going to be switching from the dexcool coolant that is normally used in like Chevy engines, but it can cause a lot of problems. So I'm just switching to the green stuff from O'Reilly's. Should be a fun little project. Shouldn't take too long. Alright, sketchy part's over. Got the front up on jack stands. It's a real pain in the ass on these cars, but just put it on the frame rail right there. You can see I caught a little bit of the dexcool, a little catch can thing here. See if you can see where it's leaking from. See, yep, it's the idler pulley for the AC. My AC is not hooked up. But it's dripping off right there, right down on from the water pump. So we got to take the serpentine belt off, work on a couple of the hose clamps, drain the coolant. Alright, first I'm going to take this air cleaner off. Actually, it might be easier if I just leave this one on and take it off from here. So I gotta get this tube off anyway, so let me just tighten this one back up. Unplug mass airflow. This is intake air temp, I'm pretty sure. Pull this bad boy off. Not too bad. It was a little dirty. It's been a while since I've taken this off and cleaned it. So, let me see. Yeah. Good old LS1. Let me get some rags. Just clean this up a little bit. So I never actually cleaned this since after I put my catch can in, which I really need to drain. This thing is a VMS Racing catch can or whatever. It's got like triple baffles in it. That thing is like almost full. So I haven't changed it or haven't emptied it in like, I don't even know, 5,000 miles or so? 6,000? A lot. This car's been sitting over winter. But I normally dry the shit out of it. So there's just like a lot of maintenance stuff I need to do. I need to do the oil, obviously fix this stupid power steering, or I mean not power steering, fucking coolant leak. So I gotta get this water pump off. Let's see. Alright. So to get the belt off, it's just a 15 mil bolt right here on the tensioner. You just move it over like that. So what I like about these LS1s is so much shit is just so easy. I mean, just as long as you don't have to do spark plugs, but which I actually am going to be doing here very shortly. It's been quite a while since I've done spark plugs too. I mean, you drive the shit out of this car. You have to, you know, maintain it. So there. It's not too bad. Probably reuse that. Alright. So we really need to drain the coolant. Alright, so finally got that little plug out, so that's draining all the shitty dexcool orange coolant. I mean, it works, you know, like, it's coolant. It's supposed to have dexcool. Some people argue for it, but the real problem is if you don't change your coolant very often, it breaks down and it turns into this sludge. And it looks almost like a bad head gasket, but it's really just your coolant turning into this like goopy orange coffee looking thing. So I'm just getting rid of it. I'm just gonna go to fucking green coolant. Because I mean, I change the coolant every 10,000 miles on this or whatever, but still, like, people have had a lot of problems with dexcool, so I'm not for that. Not for that dexcool life. No more. Alright, it's pretty much mostly drained. I've just been trying to get pretty much everything out of here. I'm just going to take the radiator hose off. Hopefully I don't make a mess. Oh, okay, that's not too bad. I'll just set that off to the side somewhere. This little fucking thing has to come off. Okay, holy shit. I got one of the heater core lines off, and as you can see down there, I got the main radiator hose with the thermostat housing off. That shit was unbelievably stuck on there and hard to get off. These are the worst fucking hose clamps in the world. I really wish I had some other ones I could put on it, but I just don't have any. I still have one more heater core hose to take off. It's just draining a little bit more coolant. It's fucking getting everywhere. But yeah, it wouldn't be a fucking F-body if you didn't get all cut up trying to do the simplest task. So got a little blood everywhere, but oh well. Alright, with all that shit out of the way, we can get to these I think there's only 6 10mm bolts right in here, maybe a couple here. Just get a ratchet with 10mm, just take those out, and I think the whole pump should just come right off. So GM's nice enough to put a nice little idler pulley right here in front of this last bolt. So you can see the whole pump's loose, but you can't get a ratchet in there, so you gotta use little 10mm wrenches and just slowly inch this bolt out. Huge pain in the ass. Alright, so you're not going to be able to back this bolt out with the pump in there, so once you just get it out, you know, just leave it like that. But you also have to make sure that bolt's in there before you put the pump back in, else you're not going to be able to fit it. So it should be loose now, so I'm just going to move some of this stuff out of the way here. See if we can pull it around out. And coolant goes everywhere. There's a way to angle this son of a bitch out of here. You can see that's where the old gaskets are. We can pull it off of here. I don't know. I don't think this side was leaking. These are supposed to be Felpro, so they're supposed to be pretty good, but fucking, well, it lasted about 2 years. I don't know. So I did this not too long ago. hard to tell. Alright, so far I've made a huge mess. Since I'm switching to green coolant, I want to flush out all the old dexcool shit. So I use the hose and just cram the hose in there and inside of the block and just flush the whole cooling system out. Managed to get coolant everywhere. I'm trying to clean it up. I caught most of it in the pan, but it still made a huge mess. I also flushed out the heater core and the radiator, because you want to try to get as much of that orange shit out as possible, because if you mix the orange dexcool and the like normal green coolant, it can turn into like this crazy sludge stuff and block up coolant passages and shit. So I just want to be careful and flush all of it out, so I don't have any kind of problems later on. So I'm gonna throw on the new gaskets. It's kind of a pain to get the gaskets on. You got to put a couple bolts in each one to hold the gasket in place, and then just put them on. Alright, new gaskets on. We got 2 bolts just holding the gasket in there, where you can see. You got to do it on both sides, which is easy because this one, you know, you can't take that bolt out, so just put the top one in. It'll hold the gasket in place, and then you got to very carefully line it up down here without knocking the gaskets off. Of course, doesn't want to be cooperative. What is it hung up on? Is it this stupid radiator hose? Oh, God damn it. Alright, so once you get those lined up, we just tighten them back up. These bolts don't have to be very tight, so it is just aluminum after all. Yeah, this is going to take a while. Alright, so you want to make sure you get all the bolts in first before you start tightening any of them up, because sometimes the gaskets can shift slightly, and then if you start to tighten up 2 of the other bolts and you get them kind of snug, the other bolt won't fit through the hole, so you got to loosen them all back up again, and it's just not fun. So, and also just kind of go in a star pattern to kind of seat everything evenly before you actually put, actually tighten everything down. This is just aluminum on aluminum, so you just got to be really careful. These tiny little 10 mil bolts. Alright, so we got all these nice and snugged up. I like to just use a little 10 mil wrench, because this bottom one you have to use a wrench to get to it because the idler pulls in the way. But I just like to use a wrench just to not over torque them. So yeah, now we're gonna put the heater core lines on, lower radiator hose, upper radiator hose. Just start putting it back together. Fucking train. Okay. Just the back one. Losing some water. Alright, well, after much struggling, I got all the hoses on. The pump is bolted down. I'm just gonna run my serpentine belt now. See if I can get it around the crank pulley. Just pull it out there. Ouch. This goes under. There. Just gonna sit that on there. Like that. Usually set it right here so I can pull this bottom part one up. Loop around the alternator. Alright, so flush the radiator some more. Just put a bunch of water through it, try to get as much of that dexcool bullshit out of there as I could. Clean my mass airflow sensor over there, my intake. It was really dirty. I had some mass airflow sensor cleaner, so went ahead and cleaned that. Hook up the other coolant lines. Top one, serpentine belt's done. So pretty much that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna fill it up with coolant, put the intake back on, and test it out, and hopefully nothing leaks. All right, so that's pretty much it. It's all back together. You got it pretty much all full of coolant. I let it get warm a little bit, but let's see. I'll start her up, let it idle for a while, and kind of get all the air bubbles out. Still need to do my oil change. The light's yelling at me, but just let it get warm. That's gonna be it for this video. So thanks for watching. You can subscribe to us if you want. If you have any questions, post in the comments. Thanks for watching.